Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here. We have a ton of information to go over, so little time, so everything you need to know about AI energy is coming right up. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And in today's video, we're going over AI energy, and there is so much information to go over that I am probably going to be talking a little faster than usual. But I am going to try and touch on all the topics you guys want to know about on this drink. And if any of the ingredients intrigue you, you want to find out more, I encourage you to look up that information on your own because there's a lot of information about these ingredients. So in this video, I am briefly going to explain how this drink came to be, discuss most of the unique ingredients in this drink, finish off with a taste test of all 4 flavors, timestamps and chapters down below so you can go where you want to go. And a big shout out and thank you goes to AI Energy for sending me these drinks in exchange for an honest review. I really do appreciate it. Let's get started. Now, if you didn't know, AI Energy was started by Jack Owoc, creator of VPX supplements, also known as the creator of the revolutionary energy drink Bang Energy Drink. After going bankrupt after numerous lawsuits, then being purchased by Monster, Jack Owoc did not give up the fight. He looked at the energy drink world and decided to make another energy drink to further the continuous evolution of the energy drink market. Shifting away from the world of pre-workout energy drinks into the ever-growing genre of nootropic energy drinks, these drinks, similar to AI itself, are the wave of the future since everyone can benefit from the effects of nootropic ingredients. So let's take a look at those ingredients in AI Energy right now. First one up is going to be tyrosine. Tyrosine boosts dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine levels for improved focus, improved alertness, as well as helping improve mood. Given these contributions to brain function, it is a commonly used nootropic. CDP citicoline. Citicoline is debated as being one of the top nootropic ingredients in energy drinks and a top nootropic overall because it helps with mental energy, memory, and focus, and in some studies increase cognition as well as improve memory in the elderly. Citicoline has tons of other great benefits. I encourage you to look some of those up, but overall it is a great nootropic ingredient, one of the top ones. L-theanine. L-theanine is my personal favorite nootropic, and it is the other one being debated as being the top nootropic ingredient, probably by me, but it is definitely one of the top ingredients for nootropics because it is great for mental focus, concentration, and tons of different brain functions because on its own L-theanine can help improve a person's attention and reaction times, but in combination with caffeine, it can lead to improvements in number skills, alertness, focus, and concentration. It's also been known to help reduce stress, so much so that there have even been a few famous people that have tried this product for their stress and anxiety. And you know that if Taylor Swift uses L-theanine, it has got to be effective. That's right, in an article in 2019 in Elle magazine, Taylor Swift announced that she uses L-theanine to help with her stress and anxiety, and talk about an increase on the stock market for L-theanine. My goodness, whoo, went way up. Hope you got in on that boom. I know I was a little bit late to the game, so I had to shake it off, but I am perfectly fine. Let's talk about some huperzine A. Huperzine is most known for its ability to improve learning capabilities, and more specifically, studies have shown that huperzine may be able to dramatically improve your learning capacity. It can also help improve memory and reduce memory loss. Muciniprurlins, otherwise known as MP because I probably mutilated the name of it, this is the one that is unique that everyone wants to know about. Like I said, I encourage you to look up more, but here is the basic information I found on it. MPs contain an important compound called levodopa, otherwise known as L-dopa, and L-dopa is a precursor to dopamine. Dopamine is a brain chemical naturally produced by your body that's sometimes used to treat symptoms, Parkinson's disease. And this is what everyone seems to be talking about because they want to know why an energy drink has an ingredient that helps Parkinson's disease. Well, like many other medications and supplements, this ingredient has multiple uses based on how it affects dopamine, since dopamine has lots of different uses, making this a great nootropic ingredient and also a great synergy with tyrosine. Now, like with any medication or supplement, there are some negative side effects that can happen, which I am positive critics are going to focus on because they always focus on the negative, but all of those negative side effects are based on much higher clinical dosages for long periods of time, as opposed to the very minimal amounts used in this product. And in 99% of the cases, any negative side effects from any ingredients in energy drinks or supplements is based on a much higher usage. Next up, this might not be a big deal to you, but being Caffeine Man, self-titled Caffeine Man, we need to talk about this topic, and that is this drink has 200 milligrams of synthetic caffeine. That is correct. I said synthetic caffeine. Why do I emphasize that? Because if you actually look on Google, if you actually Google what ingredients are in AI Energy, the AI actually has it wrong, which isn't that kind of is that a paradox? The AI from Google got the ingredients wrong for AI Energy drink. It's beyond me. Well, the AI Energy website does mention natural caffeine, which is probably what messed up the AI, because they mentioned that they do not use natural caffeine. They say that synthetic caffeine is purer and more consistent with a regulated production process, ensuring high quality and safe standards. Natural caffeine production, in contrast, often involves environmentally damaging practices. According to AI Energy, synthetic caffeine is produced in laboratories and has a less less significant environmental impact compared to natural caffeine. The production process is more controlled and does not require large-scale agricultural operations, thus avoiding deforestation, soil erosion, and pesticide pollution associated with natural caffeine farming. Now, all that being said, I think that is a little bit of a stretch, and not to say that it's not true. I completely believe that it is most likely true. I just think that, in my opinion, gotta say in my opinion for this specific case, normally I don't throw out my opinion, but I don't think people really care enough about it to make it actually a selling point. I think a lot of people prefer natural caffeine, given its benefits of a longer lasting energy and coming from a natural source, even though the process might not be completely natural. And given that people drink tea and coffee all the time and the caffeine comes from green coffee beans and tea leaves, the minimal amount of production for energy drinks compared to the natural caffeine farming with tea and coffee beans already being two of the largest beverages sold throughout the world, I think people like their natural caffeine in beverages more than they care about the forest and environment, unfortunately. That being said, when it comes to additional marketing of this product, they claim that they do not use any alpha GPC because it could negatively impact cardiovascular health. I encourage you to research those studies on your own because lots of companies use alpha GPC. And they also don't use cyanocobalamin, an extremely common ingredient used for B12. Now, before we taste them out, just bear with me a little bit longer because there was one more thing I wanted to talk about because I know you guys care about effective dosages, and that has been a rising concern for years in energy drinks. People want to know what they're putting into their body. They want to know if they're getting an effective dosage or if the ingredients are just being pixie dusted. Ghost paved the way for this change in the industry by giving you complete transparency in the ingredients they put in their drinks, and several other companies have followed suit. What exactly is AI Energy using? AI Energy is using a proprietary blend of 700 milligrams of nootropic ingredients that will be shown right here that I already discussed. And what is the breakdown of those? We don't know the exact breakdown of it, but if they listed them in accordance with the FDA, listing the highest one first and the lowest one last, we do know that there's 200 milligrams of caffeine in here. So can we Scooby-Doo what the rest of the information is? We can certainly try. And these are the numbers that I came up with. Once again, these are the numbers that I am guessing are in the drink. These are not factual information of what's in the drink. The fact is that it has 700 milligrams of this blend, and I'm just trying to guess what it is. A bare minimum effective dose of citicoline is 250 milligrams, although people like 500 and up. And since it is listed above caffeine, I'm going to say they're probably giving you about 225 milligrams, close to an effective dosage. Minimum doses of tyrosine is 150 to 300 milligrams, although people do like higher. So I'm also going to go with 225 for that because it is above caffeine. Minimum dose of theanine is about 50 to 100 milligrams, although people also do like higher amounts for that. But we're just talking minimum dosages here, and I am going to say they're going with 50 because it's below caffeine. And right there with those numbers that we are at, we're at 700 already, I believe, if my math is correct. Of course, when it comes to huperzine, that is somewhat a insignificant number. You need about 200 micrograms, and a microgram would be basically 0.2 milligrams. Not really going to take away from that number that much. So the biggest question is, how much MP are we going to get out of here? MP is lower than the L-theanine, but higher than the huperzine, and it's a little tough for me. This is why I encourage you to do your own research. It's a little hard through all the numerous websites. I went through over a dozen websites to find out what the minimum dosage of MP was, and people were talking about MP, L-dopa, dopamine, all the different things. So I'm specifically trying to find out how much MP you need, and it can range anywhere from 200 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams a day. Clinical dosages are close to 2 grams, but it seems like you probably need around 200 milligrams, and since we are already at the 700, it means those numbers are probably wrong that I have up there. So I can only go by how much caffeine is in there that we know. Guessing the other ingredients are higher, some of them are lower, but it really seems like the prop blend should be closer to 1,000 milligrams for the prop blend to give you effective dosages of everything. But that being said, it is pointed out a lot of the times these companies may not put the exact effective dosages in there because our bodies already naturally produce these things, and these ingredients are going to help you get to the effective dosage, and they are there to help out your body and not do all the work. So like I said, the effective dosages are really close. Let's take a quick look at the nutrition facts panel. And by nutrition facts panel, I actually meant to say supplement facts panel, and there are how many calories in here? They don't miss. Supplement facts are a little bit different than nutrition facts, so they post different information on here, so we don't know how many calories, but I'm guessing there's probably 0 calories in here, less than 10. They are giving you a little bit of B3, they are giving you a little bit of B6 to help with the metabolism. They are not giving you any B12. They are giving you biotin, which I didn't actually talk about, as well as a little bit of sodium, so very limited nutrition facts panel. Besides the prop blend on there, I'll also include the ingredients. Before we go ahead, I just wanted to give you that information, so let's go ahead, let's taste it. Whew. Let's taste them out. First one up is going to be the Grape. If you guys didn't know, on my channel, I usually try to go from one that I think I'm going to like the least to the one that I like the most, or at least preferred Caffeine Man flavors at the top. Doesn't really affect the score. I always try and give an honest review, no matter if it's a preferred Caffeine Man flavor or not. This is just how I like to do it. Let's take a look at the can. And I gotta say, this is a very colorful, very bright looking can. Not even bright, it's got lots of contrasting colors to it, and it is very, very, very noticeable. If you hold this up on the shelf of all my cans there and stuff, it is probably the busiest one there. Actually, the Alani Nu's kind of similar colors, but basically you got a very busy looking can here, very different than most of your other energy drinks, and I think it is really gonna stand out on the shelf a lot better than the other ones. What do I think about it though? The logo, it's a little odd to me what they did with the swirly kind of AI, the background, and AI could have potentially generated this. Their entire website is all AI based, so if the images look a little funky and stuff, it's because they were done with AI. I think even the clothes that Jack wears and Jack himself is AI generated. And definitely when you start reading through the additional text of the R story and studies that they've done on the ingredients, that it definitely seems AI generated. But the can could have been AI generated or maybe AI influenced, and I am uncertain how I feel about it because I love the colors. I love purples and different colors mixed in with purple, but when it comes down to it, all it really needs is the logo to tell you what it is. The flavor on there, it's got a picture. That's all it really needs when it's facing out in the refrigerator. I think it does what it needs to do, drawing your eye to it, making it visible, making it stand out. Let's taste it out. Clear color. Woo! Whoa! Potent. I can smell that from here. My goodness, I wasn't even holding it that close. It's a potent grape, people. We got a potent grape here, so a little closer smell to it. Wow, that's. Let's taste it out. Ooh, exciting! Get a smell like that strong, solid grape smell. Here we go. Moment y'all been waiting for. Alrighty, back in from the fancy can. For carbonation, you're getting a medium to high carbonation, but a little bit closer to medium, not as potent as I was expecting it to be, which I actually prefer. I prefer the drinks to have a little bit of a smoother feel to them, not overly carbonated, not overly burpy. As for your sweetness, I do think you're getting a high amount of sweetness on the low end of high. They didn't go too crazy with the sweetness, but they're still giving you a solid amount of it. And for your flavor profile, I am also saying they're giving you a high flavor profile, and they're doing a pretty good job with it, which you would only expect. I mean, you have to expect great things from the greatness of Jack Owoc, and this is really, really solid drink. I always, when I talk about the grapes, I say, is it going more grape juice or is it going more grape soda? And from the smell of it, I would say the smell was a lot more potent than the flavor. I mean, because it was super, super potent. And I thought that it was gonna go more grape soda, but I really seemed to get more of a grape juice vibe out of it, with maybe a hint of a soda flavor, but it does seem like they wanted to go for the more natural kind of flavor. And by natural, I mean the juice kind of flavor, not like your Celsius flavor. And it is still pretty strong. That strong flavor then subsides a little bit, and it gives you this other flavor in there that ends up being part of the aftertaste. And I am curious, I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think it might be their base flavor. I think they might be doing a base AI flavor. Never really picked up on a base flavor in Bang, but they might be doing it for this drink, so I'm curious if that flavor is gonna carry through the rest of the drink. It's an average base kind of flavor, and I can't really put my finger on what it is. It's not bad, but it's not overly delicious either. It's just sort of this thing that says, hey, I'm an energy drink, in case you didn't know. I'm not grape juice. And what I can say is that it's a really great grape drink, but it's not punching you in the face with grape. It's not like your Ghost Welch's grape, which is super strong, super potent. And even when Bang had their flavors, they were usually fairly sweet, fairly potent, fairly strong, solid flavors. It seems like they were taking that kind of idea and really toning it down a bit so that the energy drink can be for everybody. You don't have to worry about people saying, oh, this is way too strong. It's a solid flavor without being too light. I am definitely a fan of it. it, where's it going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart when it competes with all of those other grapes? I am going to give this a 9.2. Yes, a solid score, really great score. Might not be the top of the charts, but listen, anything in the nines is a great drink. And if I had to compare it to those in that similar 9 category, I would say it's kind of reminding me of what I thought of the Popsicle Grape, where it was a nice solid grape drink, but it wasn't punching in the face with flavor like that Hyde did. That Hyde Grape, super strong, Ghost Welch's, super potent, and even that Gorilla Mind, very strong and potent in grape flavor. This one is slightly more subtle, but still a 9.2 with a solid grape flavor. Next up is going to be the watermelon. And at first I thought most of these cans were very similar or the same, but they are actually very, very different. The color scheme is almost the same, but they're mixing in a lot of different things. This one's got like all kinds of drips and circles and waves on it, and it's a lot different than the other one. The one I just had looked like it was like a computer circuits of like a inside of a computer kind of thing. So they're definitely different. Clear cutter. Carbonation on this one seems to be a little bit different. I think it's a little bit more medium, giving you a bit more of a smoother feel than the grape one. Even when I look at them next to each other right now, this one's definitely a touch more carbonated, the grape one, than the watermelon one. So definitely giving you a smoother feel with the watermelon, giving you a more refreshing flavor. Actually, we gotta talk about the sweetness. I think they're giving you a high sweetness on the low end of high flavor profile, also a high flavor profile. So most of these stats seem to be the same. It seems like they are giving you a good flavor profile, a decent amount of sweetness in there. Carbonation seems to change a little bit. We'll see how it goes through the entire line. And for that flavor, it's a pretty good flavor. I thought they were gonna go maybe a different, more of an artificial candied watermelon kind of flavor, but it does seem like they went a little bit more natural with it, but not that bad natural flavor. A good natural watermelon flavor. Enough watermelon in there so that you know it's a watermelon energy drink, but once again, giving you a solid flavor. And I think compared to a lot of the other watermelons out there, this one is a touch lighter. But like I said, even though it's a little bit lighter and not punching in the face potent, it's still giving you a solid watermelon flavor. That base flavor that was in there that I thought seems to be a little bit less. It doesn't seem to be as much in this drink. The grape definitely has a different aftertaste. Watermelon doesn't really have that flavor in there. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart. Like I said, very competitive. I'm gonna give this a solid 9.0. I think it's a really great flavor. I think it's a really solid flavor. I would prefer a touch more sweetness maybe, or a touch more watermelon flavor, but I think that if they gave you a touch more watermelon flavor, it might have gone a little bit too artificial candy sweet, and that's really not what they're trying to accomplish. And in my head, now that I'm on the second one, I wonder if they are trying to go the way of competing with that other third biggest company, Celsius, but not in that natural way, doing it the way Reign Storm kind of does it. Reign Storm competing with Celsius, but giving you a better flavor drink, but still keeping the flavors kind of natural. We got that natural grape juice flavor. We got this natural watermelon flavor, but a good natural watermelon flavor. Good amount of sweetness so it doesn't taste too natural. Watermelon 9.0. Move on to the next one. Next up is a Blue Raz. A lot bluer on the can because it is Blue Raz. They got back to that circuit background a little bit, but now that I am seeing all the cans more close up, I didn't really give them a good close look before. I am definitely liking the cans being different, more color based on whatever the flavor is, and just different designs on them overall with some kind of a consistency between all four. Definitely liking the cans. Definitely unsure how I'm gonna feel about this one because this one could be the miss for me, just because even though I like Blue Raz, I like my fake artificial Blue Razes. And if they're going the way of more natural Blue Razes, then I haven't really liked many of the natural Blue Raz flavors out there. There's not a ton of them, but the ones I have had, not really a fan of. So let's go ahead, let's taste it out. Go from the can after that wacky weird pour. Medium carbonation. Sweetness, I am going to say medium to high sweetness, closing in on high. It's not as sweet. Flavor profile, I am also going medium. Not enough flavor in this drink, and not a huge fan of it. Already had that sort of in my brain because they were kind of going a little bit more natural with the other two. They are going a bit more natural with this. I can now definitely say, in my opinion, in my head, they are competing with the Rainstorm and the Celsius for the way they're going with the flavor, but they're definitely giving you a lot more nootropic ingredients than those other ones. Definitely no nootropic ingredients in like Celsius and Rainstorm, maybe like a touch of Focus, but they're going much more fitness oriented, whereas these are more nootropics, which, like I said, beneficial to everyone, even people that work out. But this blue raspberry flavor is very light. It's got a solid base flavor to it, which I think is bringing me back to that little bit of that grape aftertaste. So you got the solid base flavor in there, which is more noticeable because the flavor profile of that blue ras is definitely toned down. They're not giving you that artificial blue raspberry flavor. They're giving you some natural berries in there, but they gave you enough in here so that it didn't taste bad. But I would have definitely like a boosted up blue raspberry flavor, and they didn't give that to it. They didn't give you that. They didn't give me that. They didn't give you that. They didn't give us that. So blue ras, it's not really doing it for me. But that being said, it's not a bad flavor. Somehow, it's, even though it's not that strong, it's very light. It's too light. It's still, it's a light and refreshing flavor. But if anyone gave this to me in a blind taste test, close my eyes. I don't think I would be able to tell you that it's a blue ras. I would have to think it out and be like, what flavor is that? Could it be this? Could it be that? Could it be some kind of a berry-ish drink? It's not really there for me. So on the Caffeine Man rating chart, putting it up against all those other blue rases, my goodness, I'm gonna give this a solid 8.0. Yes, a solid 8.0. Once again, 8 is still a good score because I think it's a good drink. Unfortunately, the downside of this Caffeine Man rating chart is that it is a lot of competition. So it seems like there's a lot of other things that are higher than this, but take it for face value. 8.0, good flavor. Just know that it is a bit lighter than the other blue raspberries out there. So if you're someone who likes a lighter blue ras, this might be the one for you. But for me, there's a couple of other blue rases that I would pick up before it. Still getting a solid 8. Solid job all around. Let's go for that peach. I'm curious now if natural peach or artificial peach is gonna be my thing. It could go either way. I have a certain drink in mind right now that I want it to taste like. That I want it to be. I definitely want it to be. I'll tell you ahead of time what I want it to be. Right now, I want it to be the Ultra Peachy Keen. And not to say that I want it to be like a Monster product, but I haven't been able, I don't buy Monster products, Bang products, or anything that Monster makes. I don't support them anymore, but I really love their Ultra Peachy Keen. So if this was like the Ultra Peachy Keen, I would be very happy to have a replacement that is actually a great peach flavor that is also a nootropic energy drink. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's get it. Like, I'll go. Let's get it. It's in my little cooler here. I keep it in the cooler. I don't keep it in the fridge because that's just for display. That doesn't actually, it works, but it makes a lot of noise. So let's look at this can. Oh, that was good. That was good. I wasn't sure if I was holding it right, but yeah, here we go. And there's also a picture of a mango on here. Thanks to Energy Drink Josh for pointing that out. In one of my videos, I said he's got a peach drink because it just says peach, but he's like, you didn't say it had mango in it. I'm like, well, it doesn't say peach mango, but there's a picture of a mango on there. So curious if we got a little bit of mango in there too. I mean, it would be false advertising if they didn't have some mango in there, but we don't want to talk about false stuff. Jump cut that out, Caffeine Man. No. It's a long video, so if you have to go to the bathroom, I want to make sure that didn't help you. Clear cutter. Moment of truth. Let's taste it out. I'm just realizing that I drank probably more than half of each one of these, so I gotta do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Maybe I won't be recording another video today. Of course I am. Carbonation, medium carbonation. Definitely liking the medium carbonation on most of these drinks. Sweetness, we are back up on that low end of high. Loving that. Flavor profile, we are back up to a high flavor profile. I'm definitely liking it, but how's it gonna compare to the rest of them? We're not putting on a chart yet. Don't jump the gun here. Come on now. I know it's a long video. I talked super fast in the beginning because the taste test always just takes me so long. I'm sorry. But what's it taste like? It is a really good peach flavor. I'm definitely liking the peach flavor. They definitely went more towards the natural peach flavor, but a nice sweet natural peach flavor without that artificial flavor. They went more natural peach, sweet peach, and it's like a peach that you would bite into that was perfectly ripe, and then they just add a little bit more sweetness to it because fruits are sweet, but when you have them in drinks, you want them just a little bit more potent so that it tastes more like that fruit. And all these drinks definitely go in the more natural route, but enough flavor so that they don't taste like a bad, natural, healthy flavor, but still a nice, solid, real flavor. Do I get any mango out of there? We're gonna say there's a small percentage of mango in there just for the sake of argument's sake to say that the picture was right. Hard to tell. It is primarily a peach drink. I would say we're gonna go 90% peach, 10% mango. And where we're gonna be putting on the Caffeine Man rating chart. That's what you guys want to know. What's the score on this? And listen, it's definitely hitting the 9 category. It's just a matter of where it's gonna go. And actually, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna tell you it's in the 9s because in the 9s is a Grape. I know. I gotta put it on there. I am actually gonna give this a 9.3. Yes, a 9.3, great score. It definitely beats out that Peachy Keen from Monster and beats out a lot. Look at that list. I'm looking at that list down here. I'm not looking up there. I gotta look up there. Look at that list right there. It's beating out so many other drinks, but there are definitely other peaches that I like. But I can definitely see myself picking up this one over some of the other top ones on the list because of the nootropics in it. I am definitely a fan of nootropic energy drinks. 9.3. Thank you again to AI Energy for sending me these drinks. I really do appreciate it. You can get these on their website right now, and I'm certain that you can probably get them on other websites very shortly. I'm expecting them to show up in stores as well. Jack Owoc, lots of connections. A lot of people love the Bang products when he came out with them. So hopefully you will be able to find these in stores. But for now, you can get the variety pack online. That's what they sent me, a variety pack, so you can try a little bit of each one. Love that they have variety packs. Not a lot of companies do the variety packs, but you can get yourself a variety pack of these. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these drinks and if you thought my review was accurate, because I know there are a decent amount of people that like the stronger, more potent drinks, so they might not give them the scores that I gave them. But overall, I think they did a great, solid job with the entire line. Even though they didn't go overly potent with them, I think they gave you something for everyone. Gonna be very competitive with Reign Storm. Much better than Celsius in my opinion, but that's a low bar to set. If you want to find out about all my favorite energy drinks, I have a top 10, top 20 playlist right there. And if you thought any of the parts of this video was funny, I do actually have a compilation of all my funny moments that other people chose in that video right there. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night.